Hey everyone, it's Melanisha with Just Homesteading. So I just finished making garlic scape compound butter. Now we are moving on to salsa. I'm doing the videos separately again to try and. So my little one keeps throwing this balloon on my clean countertop that I will now have to wash again. So moving on to salsa, because I have discovered that my children love salsa. I also love salsa, but the type I'm making today will be for my children because I'm not using a hot pepper. I like spicy salsa. These are the peppers that I'm using. They're from one of my local farmers. I forget the name, but they're like a white, and they will eventually turn red. I went downstairs and grabbed some onions out of the root cellar. It looks like a combination of candy onions, Alyssa Craig, and I think there's at least one yellow Spanish onion in there. And can you guys see this? So my daughter had a birthday recently, and I usually make their cakes myself. Like I decorate them and bake them all myself, but I just use box cake. And I needed to turn some of the icing pink, and I have a bunch of different, colors in here, but I spilled the bottle of food coloring on my counter, so hence the pink spot. And I've scrubbed it and I don't know how to get it off. Okay, so I've cleaned my counter again, and hopefully the balloon doesn't come back in here. But I'm using the choice salsa recipe from the National Center for Home Food Preservation. I really like this recipe because it allows you to use whatever you have on hand. So you can, use whatever tomatoes that you have, whatever peppers that you have, and whatever onions that you have, as long as you stay within the ratios listed in the recipe. So I've done this with hot peppers and red onions, hot peppers and yellow onions, hot peppers and sweet peppers. So I've done a different variety or different versions of this salsa. So the recipe as written calls for 6 cups of tomatoes, 9 cups of diced onions and or peppers, 1.5 cups of lemon juice, lemon or lime juice, and 3 teaspoons of salt. So I'm making a double batch of this version, and then I'll do a version with red onions also. So I'm going to do 12 cups of tomatoes, 12 cups of peppers, 6 cups of onions, and then everything else is doubled. So that's the version that I'm going to do. I do believe that it's safe to add in like dried seasoning. You can't add in any fresh seasoning because then it would make the fresh herbs, because it could impact the safety of the recipe. So, but I'm not going to add anything because I don't think that I did before, and I really like how the salsa came out. So when I have to do a lot of chopping like this, he's back with the balloon again. I like to use this. So it's just, I got this off of Amazon a few years ago. And it makes doing recipes like this really easy. So it allows you to, because you still have to chop the peppers and chop the onions, but then you can just set them right in here and push it down, and it chops it for you, and it's really quick. The tomatoes, you do have to peel, and I believe it said core them. Yeah, peeled, cored, seeded, and chopped. So I will do that. I'm going to do the onions and peppers first because they're easier. I have to get a pot of hot water going on the stove because I use the boiling water method to peel my tomatoes. And then these will go into pints because there are no safe and tested recipes to can salsa in quarts. I don't know why, but I only put mine in pints because that's what they say is safe. Alright, so I'm going to start getting these peppers washed and just start chopping everything up and measuring everything out and putting them in a separate bowl, because once everything is chopped, everything goes into a big pot, you bring it to a boil, and then it's ready to be canned. So I have my 6 cups of onions here and my 12 cups of peppers. Next I'm going to do the tomatoes. So my water is boiling on the stove, so what I normally do is cut an X in the bottom. And then when you drop it in the hot water and then put it in a bowl of ice water, these parts right here will pull back, and then it makes it really easy to peel the tomatoes. My boys, they really like doing this, so they don't put them in the hot water, but they do pull them out of the ice water and help me peel them. So we're gonna do that now. No, they're not eating them, Lennox.
No, teacher. He said, now, teacher.
He's like, I want to help too.
He said,
You're not old enough yet
to use a knife. You're not even close to be old.
Well, none of you are old enough to use a knife.
Are any of us close to? Megan's close.
I think, you know what? I think they do have knives that are
Kid size. I don't want to do that because I'll cut my. Because sometimes I'm gonna cut my finger off. But it's not the facility on. I'm gonna put it in.
No. You can't put that in.
Then what can I put it in? Take it out the ice water?
You can just take it out of the ice water.
And throw it. I haven't done this since a year ago. Did you peel it? 6 years.
No, these aren't ready.
Come on.
Well, I might have some of this. Oops, sorry. So I just pulled this one out of the ice water, and as you can see, the peels come right off. And I'm going to dehydrate these and turn them into tomato powder.
Oh, the ones in there, like,
super easy. Yes, and then I need a bowl. You can put the skins in this bowl.
Are you talking about ice?
Yep, so there's a couple in there you guys can start.
What's these?
No, not these. They're in the ice water.
They're going to the ice water?
They're in the ice water.
No.
There's more in there.
I don't want to be close to the stove.
Oh. Okay, I'll give you one. Give me a minute.
And I'm not blowing up the fire. Can I get one? Where does the skin go?
In that bowl. And then the tomato comes in here. Here, Lincoln. It's right here.
OJ, can you back up? No. Disgusting. They look like a peach. Yeah. Except for different colors. So what do you do with the tomato?
In the bowl.
What bowl? I slammed.
Those are hot.
Hey, what do you want the floor?
Okay, I keep wanting to call them potatoes. I have no idea why, but my tomatoes are chopped and ready to go. So I'm going to put these in the pot with the peppers, the onions, the lemon juice, and the salt, and then you bring it to a boil. And then once you do that, let me see. Yeah, so you just bring it to a boil and you let it simmer for 3 minutes. Stir it so that it doesn't burn. And then once you do that, you fill your jars to a 1/2 inch headspace, and then these get processed for, based on my elevation, 20 minutes. So I'm going to get all of this stuff into the pot, bring it up to a boil, and then go get everything that I need to get these in the steam canner, because as you can see, I still have my pressure canner on the stove from last night because I was too tired to get it cleaned and put away. So I will do that today. Here, let me get all of this in the pot. Okay, so my jars are hot. The salsa is ready. So I'm just going to fill my jars to the 1/2 inch headspace mark. Wipe the rims with my paper towel that has water and vinegar on it, and then put the lid and rings on. And don't forget to debug. Okay, and then these are going to go in the steam canner for, I think I said earlier, 25 minutes. Put your ring on to fingertip tight, and then return the jar to the canner. So I'm going to get the rest of these jars filled and into the canner.